Morning, children. Now, this is a continuation. I explained about nature of sociology, importance of sociology. Now, we are going to learn the relationship between social science and other, sociology to other subjects of social science. That is to history, political science, economics, and this one, economic and business and all, and what kind of relationship it has, we are going to learn. So, the relationship between sociology and political science. It is all interlinked. Sociology in all subjects are interrelated with each subject of social science. Sociology is interrelated with history also. It is related with political science also, economics also. And how it is interrelated and what is the relationship that we are going to learn. So, the relationship between first one, relationship between sociology and political science. So here, when we are studying the social science, we are learning the political science also. That is, which rulers and how they ruled, their rules and regulations. Next, we are seeing the like Guptas. They have their own political sphere. Mughals, their own political life in that time. How the human beings were, how the society was. That one is separate. In the field of arts, in the field of like that we are studying, no? So same thing in social science also studies the sociology, also studies the relationship between political science, and it has a deep, that is this subject studies about those rulers. How was the political situation during Chanakya time? You know, he was very intelligent and very cleverly he used to plan and get through, isn't it? Yeah, and next Kanishka, Guptas, how these rulers, about them, these subjects studies. Okay, so sociology he also studies about this, and it has a deep relationship. It is interrelated with political science, and it studies about the political institutions, isn't it? So many institutions are there. Like you see, different parties are there, their what you call, what values they are giving. Now Congress, like what is their values, how those they are implementing their own style of ruling. All this, isn't it, that is called social groups, then social institutions, and all this about them it studies. So that's why this subject is interrelated with political science. Next, we get, now next one is relationship next is relationship between, so I will write here social groups, institutions, and next their functions and structure. Now, what is the political structure of our government now in India? It is democratic kind of government. Earlier, it was monarchy. So that is a structure, right? and how many members are, full structure that is in parliament, how many members are there in Vidhan Sabha. So that is a complete structure, that is a political structure for administration purpose, whatever it is. So that is the sociology studies about. So that's why it is connected with the political science. Next is relationship between, I will write only between, okay? Sociology and history. Yeah. So history also it is connected. That is creation. What the human beings, how they created, okay, their environment to live, and the prehistoric time, and after the prehistoric time, Neolithic period, all that, isn't it? So in that period also, what happens? These sociology studies about their human life and the past history, what tools they were using, what kind of food they were eating. And in the later period, like if you see in the king's time, that is in Guptas, or in Vedic period, how the people were, how they were, in what kind of environment they were living, their drainage system, all that. So their developments also sociology studies. That's why it is interconnected with the subject history. Next is we see sociology, and we are seeing sociology and one more subject, that is psychology. Here, its psychology is what? Like it studies the behavior, isn't it? So it is, that's why the behavior, the mental status of the human beings in various times, how it is developing, all that it studies. So that's why it is connected. Sociology is connected with the psychology. So it connects it with the social behavior, social behavior, social interaction, then functions and institutions. So sociology is also the behavior. When we are studying about the behavior, naturally the behavior is nothing but the psychology of the human being. So that's why sociology is related with psychology. And next it is related with economics. Yeah, sociology, between sociology and economics. So economics, their living status, their comforts, how they were facilitating themselves, what kind of facilities they used, what type of goods they consumed, how they were trading with each other, and how it developed. Okay, so when sociologists studies about these things also, that's why it is connected with economics also. Okay, so economics, how the human beings have developed their comforts, facilities, and all that. Okay, and how they were trading, how their living status had developed in the times, all that it is studied. That's why it is connected with economics. Now, after this relationship with various subjects and all, we will be learning about the great thinkers in sociology subject. Who were these great thinkers? The first one, so children, here you have to learn about them. You read once again when you get the textbooks, you have to read it, children, and learn about their date of birth and what the contribution they have done to the subject sociology. All these things you have to learn it. So I'll be showing the photograph and writing about them 1, 3 to 4 sentence which you have to learn. Okay. So now first one is Auguste Comte, the great thinker. He is known as father of sociology. They are all great thinkers who made in the 19th century that these subjects are very much important for the development of societies. Okay, they studied this in this field, what human behavior, human society, how they are mingling, and what kind of problems they are facing. All this was studied in detail by these great thinkers. And because of that, we see today so many things like in India, for example, if you see, because of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, for untouchability, Gandhiji and B.R. Ambedkar, what has happened? They were thinking of this sect of people only. Like if you see untouchability, isn't it? It is completely now, it is eradicating, it is vanishing, all that kind of this thing. So because of their thinking, and when they think and put up openly in the society, what happens? These problems are solved by the governments. So like that, in many ways, you may see in European countries also, if you are seeing in France, Germany, Hitler was ruling and how the people suffered, all that, if you are seeing, no, because of these great thinkers only, what had happened overall, our UNO is United Nations Organization. This could take so many steps and could make so many rules and regulations for the all the human beings to live very comfortably on the earth. Okay, so next is first early sociologist, then we'll study the modern sociologist. Early sociologists were first one we'll study about Auguste Comte. They were from 1798 to 1857, and he was known as father of sociology. He was known as father of sociology. I'll show you his photograph. It is here, children. I'll show you here. See, he is Auguste Comte. Okay, did you see all of you? Please. Okay, so about him, I'm writing few points. You can just note in your books. And next is he studied the society scientifically. He studied the society scientifically. Okay, in detail he studied. And next, his contribution we will see directly. His contribution is, he wrote few books, that is Positive Philosophy, in 1839, Only two or two you can just try read, learn, children. And next, others were, and yeah, his major contribution. And next, what you learn, you just study that he is known as father of sociology, and he studied the sociology subject society very scientifically. And next, his contribution, one of the book which he has written is Positive Philosophy. It was written in 1839. So this much is enough. Okay, in detail, after you get the textbooks, you can learn, children. Next is we go to next Karl Marx. Karl Marx is a very important sociologist. He started studying only about the down class people. Who were those who were lower class people, about them, about their difficulties, especially in the labor sector. Laborers means who are doing the workers, in the workers, for the working class, the people who go to factories and other industries and all, who are working for their welfare. He worked, and he started many revolutions also, where he started, and because of that, even today the working class community thing, what you call, they are having lot of gratitude towards him, because of him many rules and regulations were formed for in the favor of workers for their welfare. Like for example, you can take working only for 8 hours, giving 1 week weekly once rest on Sundays. All this, no, when they had put up, when certain revolutionaries had taken place by this great sociologist, this became a what you call strict rules for the welfare of the workers. So Karl Marx. So he was between 1818 to 1883, and I'll show his photograph. It is here. He is Karl Marx. Okay, he is Karl Marx. And now, what he studied? He is like social thinker of the 19th century. 19th century, and he worked mainly, he was the founded class struggle theory. Class struggle theory. That is, who were the poor people, who were working for very low wages, okay, for their life, how they were suffering. So that and all is being put up in this book openly. And after that, he took revolutions also. So many revolutions were taken place in Europe by him, by which today we are seeing in UNO, in the labor sector, many rules and regulations have been implemented throughout the world, and today all workers are working peacefully. There is no domination by the owners. Okay. Next is his thoughts on working class and laborers led to a his thoughts on working class led to a new freedom in labor struggle. Okay, so about these two thinkers I told, early thinkers. Next, and his major contributions were is important, that is he formed a manifesto for the Communist Party, and next Holy Family, he had written German ideology in 1845. Then next he was a founder of Communist Party in 1848. Okay, next, and that is also known as Karl Marx theory also, for which in that theory, like in detail about the labor struggle and all, and what rules the government had brought, all that is in that theory. Okay, next is we go to the Emile Durkheim. He is also one of the early sociologists. Please note down all the points which I am writing on the board, and you have to learn it, children. Okay. Next is Emile Durkheim. Emile Durkheim. He was 19th century thing. Okay, he also. Then what is his contribution? He proved 1858 to 1917. Then he proved, he proved that sociology is at par, means it's a very elaborate subject, and par with any other science. And his important contributions were the division of labor, then the next one is and he is also called as, this is the contribution, this is a book written by him. Okay, next is he is known as father of the development of sociology. Okay, so this much you learn. Next we will go to Max Weber. Yes. Max Weber, he is also one of the early sociologists. He was 1864 to 1920. Okay. Now, Max Weber is he was one of the prominent politician of Germany. Weber had interest in law, economics, religion, art, history, and sociology. He was born in West Germany. He was from West Germany and politician. He started the next. His major contribution are contribution is the Protestant ethics, and the spirit. And the spirit of capitalism. Okay, so this was the about Max Weber. Next, we will learn about our Indian sociologists, who were our important Indian sociologists. So, I will just recall once again the early European, like other world early sociologists. Before I will start Indian in the next class, I will give you one. So today we learned about the importance and nature of sociology. Next, we learned about Auguste Comte, Emile Durkheim, and Karl Marx. Okay. After this, now I'll give you one small home assignment, children. So I'm saying many of you didn't, you have not turned up to submit your classworks and homework, social homeworks, and all. You have not updated it, and many have failed to come and take the corrections. So this Monday, without fail, you have to update your work and submit, children, because test will be commencing. Okay, so even homework also is very, very important, and you have to complete it. And again, many children were having confusion of maintaining the classwork. They again kept two classwork, which is not necessary. So one book itself, see, 200 pages book you have to take. Okay, and this you name it as first sem social classwork. See carefully, you see again and again, don't make the mistakes. You are making separate geography classwork like that. Two books I don't want. This book itself, so 196 pages minimum you are having in this one. So first you have to keep history, and that too order wise you divide it and fold the middle pages wherever that page will end. So history should be for 40 pages, 40, okay. Then political science 120, and next you keep sociology 115 pages. So up to here it is 575 pages over. Next, what is that? Geography 135 pages you keep. Then you keep economics divided. Economics 115 pages, and next 15 to 20 pages you can keep. And next business study 15 pages. Okay. And last 5 pages you can keep for the worksheet to write. Okay. So all in one book only. And home assignment, actually, if you don't have, if you have the old books only, you can continue. So in this only, see 75, 35, how much? 110, 140 only it is ending. But you people have not done like that. You are maintaining some, that is not at all necessary. Order wise, one book only, history, 40 pages, political science, and in the middle page, after the 41st page, you have to fold it in this way. After two, no, you fold it and write there heading, you fold the page and write the next subject. What is that? Political science. Then after in the 21st page, again you fold and write sociology. First only you keep it ready, and as in then the notes is given for whichever part of subject I'm giving. In that part you have to write it. So a small assignment I'm giving now. You can see these are the questions. Not a question. I'll give you. Yeah. So four pictures of collect. Four pictures of Indian sociologist. Or only one picture of B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. Okay. Paste B.R. Ambedkar photo and write 2 paragraphs about him. And write about him 2 paragraphs. Write about him. Two paragraphs. So children, this will be your homework. So with this, I end up my class. Thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe.